and we will discuss. And I want to see it in 25.
What is your plan?
Any of them. I'll fight any of them, anytime, anywhere.
But who's the best matchup for you?
I want to challenge myself against the best in the world, and that's Usyk. Usyk has beaten Joshua, Usyk has beaten Tyson, Usyk has beaten Dubois. He's beaten everyone that's put in front of him, and I want
to... to be announced today. But it is what it is. I'm not... You know, I've had a lot of media asking me my opinion of it today. It is what it is. I think on one side, you have to understand the business of it.
Turki Alalshikh has made it official. Oleksandr Usyk will defend his titles against Joseph Parker this December. The announcement has ignited the boxing world, and with good reason. This isn't just another heavyweight clash. It's the meeting of one of the greatest technicians of the modern era against a resurgent challenger determined to be.
It's something amazing, never have in your life again. I hope to
seize the defining moment of his career. For Usyk, the fight carries weight far beyond belts and sanctioning bodies. At this stage, every defense is about legacy. Each win inches him closer to cementing his place among the immortals of boxing. For Parker, it's the ultimate mountain to...
Well, owes Joseph Parker.
Yeah.
The whole heavyweight division owes Joseph Parker, so I'll just say that straight away now.
He gets his arm raised and he sails off into the sunset.
I think if this guy wins, he's literally done it all. He'll be...
Would you want Joseph Parker's name on your ledger, though?
I mean,
It's
maybe,
the last one,
possibly, maybe Parker's the only one, but I knowing him, he probably will. But if I was him, what he's done at cruiserweight, what he's done at heavyweight, he's cleaned out all the top guys, minus Joe Parker, because he hasn't had the opportunity yet. Now, I love Big Joe, but you would have to favour Usyk in a fight against Joe. If I'm Usyk, I don't even like this game. I hated this game. I had to get out. I've done it. I've completed it. I've done it.
Yeah, do you know what? I might be making a U-turn now. I might be saying Parker, then retire.
Yeah.
Parker, then retire.
Climb. An opportunity to dethrone the master and rewrite his story in one unforgettable night. As Tony Bellew pointed out, this isn't voluntary. The WBO mandated Parker as Usyk's mandatory challenger, leaving the champion with no choice but to accept regulation, not preference.
Parker's done everything he needs to do now to warrant a shot at Usyk, but would you even give Joseph Parker a chance at Usyk? It'd be an interesting fight. Quite fast hands, high work rate, but let's not forget who Parker's lost to already. I mean, he lost to Dillian Whyte a few years ago, and he's since been beaten a few times by people that really couldn't lace Usyk boots. And I'm not having a go at Joseph Parker, and I do think that if anybody deserves a fight, he does. He deserves the fight, deserves the payday. But is anybody realistically giving Joseph Parker a chance against Oleksandr?
Brought this matchup to life. For Parker, the timing couldn't be more favorable. He has strung together strong wins, rebuilt his reputation, and proved himself worthy of another shot at world honors. The WBO order isn't just paperwork, it validates his resurgence and guarantees.
Joseph Parker is the best fight for him right now because Joseph Parker is a guy who has the qualities and the experience that it would take to give Usyk the hardest time. I'm not saying he's going to beat Usyk by no means, but he will give Usyk the hardest time of anybody. And if anybody, I think if they said, Roy, you got to take one guy right now, put your money on against Usyk, who would it be?
Guarantees that December's showdown is about merit, not hype. Former champion Carl Froch echoed that sentiment. He acknowledged Parker's grind, the discipline that has carried him back to contention. Froch respects the road Parker has traveled but warns the climb only begins with opportunity. Actually toppling Usyk, he argues, is something else entirely. Usyk has dismantled every opponent put in front of him, and Froch seems...
I believe wholeheartedly in my ability and what I can do in the ring. I have full confidence that give me a good camp or give me some time to put in the work with Andy Lee and George Lockhart. Want to come up with a good game plan, probably different to everyone else's one. And
there's little reason to believe Parker will be different. His take highlights the stark gap between earning the right to fight and actually winning against the best. Legendary multi-division King Roy Jones Jr. offered a more nuanced take. He sees Parker as a genuine test for Usyk at this point in the champion's career. Parker's toughness, hand speed, and experience make him more than just another challenger. Jones stops short of predicting an upset but insists Parker is the kind of fighter who can push Usyk further than others have. That alone is respect from one of boxing's sharpest minds. Parker, for his part, is embracing the challenge with conviction. His response to the announcement was full of belief, faith in his preparation, in the guidance of trainer Andy Lee.
Of their era. Hamza wants to fight Canelo. Joe wants to fight Usyk. We always want to challenge ourselves as fighters, and we're up for the challenge.
And in the conditioning program led by George Lockhart, he insists he'll bring something new, something Usyk hasn't yet faced. He's not stepping into the ring as a sacrificial opponent, but as a man who truly believes discipline and hard work can carry him to the top. Andy Lee himself speaks with the calm realism of a trainer who understands both the scale of the task and the potential for success. He's clear about where the danger lies. Usyk's genius for exploiting the smallest mistakes, but Lee also insists Parker has transformed as a fighter. His work rate has improved. His pauses have been erased, and he's learned how to apply consistent pressure. Those adjustments, Lee argues, are essential against Usyk, who thrives on rhythm and timing. December's fight then is far more than a title defense. It's a generational clash. For Usyk, victory would edge him closer to historical.
Who's going to beat him? I just think technically, physically now, he's at the weight and he's adapted and he's adjusted. I mean, he's even adjusted and adapted his weight for this fight individually. I mean, he put on how much weight and slowed the actual feet down because Daniel Dubois' feet.
Greatness. For Parker, it's a once-in-a-lifetime chance to flip the script and shock the world. Reputations will either be solidified or shattered, and the boxing world can hardly wait to witness it. Few voices in boxing carry the weight of Tony Bellew, a man who has shared the ring with Oleksandr Usyk. Bellew remains unwavering in his belief Usyk is untouchable. He recalls firsthand the Ukrainian's unique adaptability. The way Usyk can adjust his movement, shift his weight, and completely alter a game plan in the middle of a fight. To Bellew, that quality makes him a nightmare to solve. He points to Usyk's performance against Daniel Dubois as the perfect illustration of this brilliance, calm under pressure, quick to identify weaknesses, and ruthless in exploiting them. For Joseph Parker, Bellew's words paint a stark reality.
Call-outs are so unique. I feel like it's going to fall on deaf ears.
Unfortunately,
it will. I appreciate the call-out.
I appreciate that. I remember he did it with Dylan White and Anthony Joshua last year. And every one of them, they just get better and better. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I will say this now, right? I would rather see Parker versus Usyk than Dubois versus Usyk. I'll say it now.
Really?
I don't think we'll get Parker Usyk. But
reality, he isn't just preparing for another champion. He's stepping in with a master who molds himself around his opponent's flaws and punishes them without mercy. Yet not everyone is so certain Parker is destined to fall short. Among fans and pundits, intrigue simmers. Analyst Ado Oladipo reflects the mood, skeptical but fascinated. He admits that of all possible matchups, Usyk versus Parker feels refreshingly unpredictable. It's more than a mandatory defense, it's a spectacle, a curiosity, and a chance for something unforgettable. For the first time in years, the heavyweight division is offering a contest where the outcome feels genuinely in question. When Usyk finally broke his silence, his words were as calm and direct as his fighting style. No theatrics, no bravado, just quiet assurance. He reminded the world that he is
Fight you, Oleksandr. Who next?
Maybe it's Tyson Fury, Derek Chisora, and Anthony Joshua. Maybe Joseph Parker. I cannot now say. I wanna
faced giants, punchers, and technicians and beaten them all. Against Parker, he projects the aura of a man who has seen it all and conquered it all. His composure is perhaps his deadliest weapon. While Parker speaks of belief and preparation, Usyk speaks from the authority of a champion whose very record screams greatness. Promoter Frank Warren confirmed the bout with pride, framing it as one of the biggest heavyweight events to hit the UK in years. For him, the significance lies not only in the magnitude of the fighters but also in the legitimacy of the matchup. This isn't a voluntary defense. It's Usyk's first mandatory, and Parker's shot comes through regulation, not favoritism. For Parker, it's the opportunity of a lifetime. For Usyk, it's business as usual. Warren also highlights the cultural and commercial weight of the clash, a chance for British fans to witness greatness and ambition collide under one roof.
Before the fight, we now know who holds the belts, who's the number one, and he's going to have to make his mandatories now. His first mandatory is the WBO against Joe.
Boxing analyst Spencer Oliver goes even further in his assessment of Usyk. He believes the Ukrainian is not only untouchable for Parker but for anyone in the heavyweight division. Oliver boldly suggests that Usyk could retire undefeated, his name etched alongside the rarest of boxing legends who walked away without ever being toppled. For Parker, those words add both honor and pressure. To be named as the man who stands between Usyk and boxing immortality is no small burden. It elevates the December clash into something bigger than belts. It becomes a potential turning point in history. And so December looms with all eyes fixed on this monumental showdown. Usyk carries the weight of history, fighting to strengthen a legacy already carved into the sport. For Parker, it is the dream of shocking the world, a chance to pull off one of the greatest upsets in modern heavyweight history. An upset here wouldn't just win titles.
Who's going to beat him? You know, who is that guy? I think the guy that deserves a shot next, by the way, is Joseph Parker. He's the guy that's been waiting, and I think the WBO have mandated that fight. So unless Oleksandr Usyk vacates the belt, he will have to fight Joseph Parker next. That'll be an interesting fight. That's probably his biggest challenge.
It would transform Parker's career overnight and reshape the entire division. This fight is not merely about gold straps or sanctioning mandates. It's about legacy, spectacle, and the irresistible drama of